Welcome to Talk.
Welcome.
Hope you guys are all well and wherever you are in the world. But, no welcomes. Let's just get straight into it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. And we've been talking a lot about, a lot of subjects that mostly...
A lot of controversies going on in the world.
I know, but I think we're just going to, take it back to what we love talking about. And I think one of the things we've been talking about is... one of the subjects we're going to talk about is how people think that God is a genie, and that He thinks, and that how in our lives,
right,
we've come to a place where
100%.
I think when you come into a relationship with God, a lot of things changes. So why don't we start from the beginning? I think.
Why don't we first?
Go. Okay, sorry.
Why don't we start first with what's your favorite story of the Bible?
What's my favorite story of the Bible?
What is one thing from the Bible that you just absolutely love?
At the moment, what I'm loving, and I think one thing that I spoke to people who are very close to me about, and it's not because we're talking about it in church, but I literally received at the beginning of this year and the end of last year was just the dimension of God where He's a deliverer. And it says a lot, Psalms 34, I hear the afflictions of the righteous, and I deliver them out of all their troubles. If I've remixed it, apologies. But I think I've seen the facet of God where He delivers you. I think I've always known Him as a father. I've always known Him as certain aspects, You know how God is God and these different characteristics. But I think I found
many hats on Him.
Yeah, it's got many hats, Sorry a lot. But I think that characteristic and that power thing for Him is that power theme in the Bible was deliverance.
Yeah, right.
And I think deliverance for me was deliverance from myself and also deliverance from, certain aspects of my life that I keep hidden for a while, you know what I mean? So
come on. I
think God really delivered that and really showed up in a way that only God could.
Right.
And I think that's what I've been really enjoying in the Psalms. I'm currently reading John at the moment, and John 10 about the shepherd talks about that, and I've been meditating on that. About the shepherd, because if we're called to be Christ-like, a shepherding dimension of Jesus is shepherding, right? I don't know why, but it's just in my spirit.
Right.
But yeah, I think just meditating on John, and one of the themes of that was shepherding. Also, what I love about the word is one of the things is do not labor for food that perishes, but food that's everlasting. That has been a word in my spirit as well, honestly, and I think that's really changed my dimensions. Okay, what am I laboring for? Am I laboring for my kingdom, my influence? So I think those are the things that God has really put in my heart in regards to John. So that's what I'm reading at the moment. It's John. What about you?
My favorite story?
Yes.
I wouldn't say story, more so. I guess I still not fathom, but I'm still so amazed at the very beginning where it says, God walked the earth.
Woo!
And even now, since I gave my life and stuff, and when I would just read the word and stuff, it was always to reference certain things, or I would always read the word to explain what I'm going through and the similarities, or when I come across a certain character, and then I look up the story of that character, and it was always that. But I think in the last few years, just actually reading the Bible, not to get answers, not to, novelty read and nothing like that. It was really, I just really wanted to read the word now to understand for me.
That's so good.
And so it's still, and mind you, this urge of me wanting to know the word, from what I would say maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And even till now, I still can't get over how, when God made Adam, and he walked with Adam.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, here.
Yeah.
Not something you can't imagine, not something you have to pretend, not something out of a cartoon. God walked the earth.
Yeah.
But then I take it a step further, and I'm like, when you keep reading, you understand, man, no. This is what I guess draws my curiosity a little bit more, but also strengthens my faith at the same time, because I'm like, when God walked the earth, he was meant to commute with us.
I love that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we were supposed to be in fellowship with God.
Yes.
Obviously, sin broke that completely. But originally, you know, God was homeboy. Like, sorry, you know.
I get
but
it.
he, you know, he was on earth. He walked. Come on. Okay, let me put you know, you're in a quick scenario. If you're like in the Garden of Eden just walking, and God's like looking for you, walking, and looking for you,
100%.
like, does that
it blows your mind, eh?
Like I said, it's not so much I can't fathom. I'm just like, oh,
it's crazy.
Like, fellowship doesn't just come from you know, Jesus Christ, and the ones before him.
It's always been God's intent.
It's always been God's intention
for mankind
to have relationship with him. It was always that was always the goal. That was always the main thing. Nothing when God created everything. Being in relationship with his creation was always something that he had. That it was intentionally.
I love that.
You know?
No, I get it. And I think the way you explain it, it's like the God of the universe that created everything with just a word. His, not only that, but he gave, you know, like, and it's true. It's that simplicity of just, we were always meant to walk with God. You're always meant to have a relationship with God. And because sin came, it broke that. And Jesus restored that. But it's true. Like, when you think about it, it's like, in the beginning, we were meant to walk with God.
100%.
Yeah.
But even you know, in my early years of Christian, you know, being a Christian. In the earlier years of, I guess, being born again, should I say, I would just brush through it. Yeah, God created that. Yeah, he did it in 6 days. Yeah, he created Adam. Yeah, he came, Adam, Eve, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't until, like, again, 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm like, hold on, wait, what?
Yeah.
What? And then he tried a second time.
Yeah.
And when I say the second time, he sent his son.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was always his intention. It was always his intention.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. It blows my mind. In a beautiful way, it blows my mind, because even in the saddest, you know, even, you know, for someone to be in the pits of their sorrows or whatever anyone is going through, and feeling alone. Yeah. Like, it's those moments that I sometimes think as well. Like,
100%.
You're never alone. You're never meant to be alone.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think it goes back to that psalm. I was like, you know, that I'm not alone. I love that psalm. So I think it's Psalm 34, I'm not sure. But it's true. I like that dimension of God where it says, but, you know, and it says in Matthew, you know, I will never leave nor forsake you.
Never leave or forsake you, yes.
And I love that. But I think in the early years for me, I think my mindset was really a Western mindset where it's just like, I'm coming to God. So if I do certain things, Lord, and I know I'm covered by the blood, but if I work in a certain way, if I serve in a certain way, then obviously my mindset was like, if I do the things that I'm meant to do, oh Lord, like, you know, if I do the activities that do it, and this is my early years, you know, certain things should come to me, you know what I mean? And it's like, because I'm being a good person,
I should be blessed.
Yeah. And I think those are one of the things that God really challenged my mind about, and continuously does challenge my mind about. And I think that's what pain does, like, it really draws you closer to God. So I think for me, when I had my early years, I was just like, okay, if I walk this certain path, if I do certain things, then obviously if you're in God, things will come your way. That was my mindset. Honestly, that was my mindset. I'm not even kidding about it. I'm like, and even worse, is I think I was like, if I pray hard enough, if I'm desperate for it, if I'm desperate for it, because, faith, I'm knocking the
Do
door.
you want it?
Yeah, knocking the door so open,
Yeah.
and I always think it's like, if you proclaim things in Jesus' name, it shall happen. And I think I just started proclaiming things. But I never saw the side of God where it says suffering. I never saw the side of God
Right.
where it meant to be.
Because on your early years, when you give your life, and it's,
Yes.
thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
The deliverance of it all. And then no one talks about the...
Which is, and I think it's beautiful in a sense.
Of course.
But I think we really need to, tell people, because we don't want people to lose our joy. But I think it's the truth is that trouble's going to come, affliction is going to come. But I think for me, my mindset was just like, yeah, but if I'm in God, I will get it. You know what I mean? Like that's a mindset, and I'm just like, and I think that's a mindset that God had to break over me, because I think I came into God just thinking, it's like, yep, if I proclaim it,
I'll get it.
I'll get it. And if I do the right things, if I serve us so much, especially being a single, like I'll serve in everything, Lord. I'll serve you.
I'll do this and that.
Yes. And I think so I think so lowly of myself, and I'll commit to your ways and blah blah blah. That you would bless me, and I think that mindset God really challenged, and I think that really challenged me in a way of my singleness. And I think it's true. You know what I mean? Right. I think for so many years, God keeps breaking me down in regards to my singleness. Because I've been single in God now for like 13 years. And that, like, I think that really, if someone, that in itself has been a testimony of God's goodness. And I think God has broken me down in that mindset where it's like, you're God, I'm your daughter, give it to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just because I've seen things around me that people get it so
easily,
I started comparing myself.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, Lord, it's so easy for other people. Why is it so hard for me? But not knowing that, I think God not giving me a partner, and I'm not saying this about a thing, but it really drew me closer to Him. It really drew me closer to Him. Because I think it's true, I wouldn't have the capacity to actually deal with it if at a certain stage, But when I think about it, I was like, man, Lord, I think what my singleness didn't do, it was never about the partner. It was always about me and you.
Yeah, right.
And I think what that's done is brought me a dependency of God I've never thought possible. Like a dependency.
So beautiful.
You know what I mean? And
it's a beautiful thing.
100%.
It's a beautiful thing.
I just didn't realize the full capacity of what that means. Right. And I think for me is sometimes God will withhold and tell us to wait or even say no, because I think we come to a place that He knows better. His thoughts are higher, His ways are higher. Right. But I think the breaking point for me was, I don't know, just realizing that He's a good Father. Right. And that, you know what I mean? And I think that orphan spirit really had to be released from me. But yeah, I think in my early years, I was just like, no, if I pray enough, if I do the right things, and if I serve, if I disciple people, Lord, and if I do if I tick the boxes, Lord, come on, like, you know what I mean? And I think then when we go to God, we're like, I did all this. Yeah. Why haven't you moved? Right. Have you ever been in a situation also?
Yeah, I think in my earlier years, I was similar to you, but in my earlier years, this is my train of thought. Yeah. Was if I walk this walk. Yeah. Mind you, it was my last option. It was walk with God or walk to jail. Pepe, choose which one. It was either or. Yeah. But yeah, my earlier years was, all right, I'm going to give myself to you, God. Yes. I'm going to give my life and I'm going to walk. Yeah. In my carnal mind, I thought, okay, give myself to God and doing all of this would actually erase my past.
Ooh, I heard something. The blood does not cause amnesia.
Girl.
Is that good? That's a good saying. Yeah. The blood does not cause amnesia. It helps you overcome the trauma.
Yes.
I mean, the thing. Sorry, also. I just wanted to say that because there's something. Go. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, also. Go.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
I wanted to erase. I wanted to be brand new. And brand new I was. Yes. Just, I just didn't want my past to follow me. Yeah. I didn't want nothing to do with it. Yep. I didn't want to be that person anymore. And I didn't want to wear all of that. Yes. Right? Like, I didn't want the weight of the old me coming with the new me. And all that. I don't know. But, that was the beginning stages of my walk. It wasn't, And that didn't break away from me until probably like a few years after giving my life.
Interesting.
And I think a lot of the core things was like the shame that I held or that was attached to a lot of those things, and you know what everyone thought of it, what man thought of me, and what I've left behind, and the evidences that I've left behind. Yeah, I think all of that. But again, when you say, you know, the goodness of God, yes, but I think it was more so I finally found who I was in God. Yes. Finding your identity in God instead of finding everything before Him was my identity in everybody else and everything else. And it wasn't until I but it wasn't until I started seeking God more and actually really coming to Him in full surrenderance.
100%.
Right. And I don't say this like you know, out openly, but I really had to come to a place where I had to forgive myself.
I love that.
For a lot of things.
Yes.
And you know, because a lot of those things were self-inflicted.
Deliverer. Yes.
You know, but yeah, it was more so just really really peeling away from the shame, from the bitterness, from the facade, you know, from the characters, from the roles that I, you know, it was really just peeling all of that off one by one. But I will never forget, there was this one time I remember, this was years ago, Pastor Jan spoke, I'll just idly speak it. It wasn't word for word, but I remember Pastor Jan said something like, you know, when you come from the world, not when you come from the world, when you come to God and stuff, and everyone thinks like, you know, everything is left behind you, like, but the truth is, like, you were always a funny person. Yeah. You were always a beautiful person. Yeah. You were always an honest person. But in the world, being funny was like being sarcastic. Yeah. Being beautiful was being vain. Yeah. Being, you know.
100%.
And I remember that word because that hurt hard. Because for me, sorry.
That's all right.
Because for me, it was that I thought that coming to God, now being a new person, I had to stop being everything that I was.
Lose all those characteristics.
I had to lose all of those things. Yes. But after hearing Pastor Jan speak on that, I was like, hold on, no. I think I'm quite funny. I think I'm quite pretty. I think I'm quite nice. You know, but it was using those same characteristics, but in a godly manner. Yes. And then having God love me for those things. Yep. And then God reminding me that He's the one that gave, you know, 100%. He's the one that gave it to me. Yes. And to love those things because He's the one that gave them to me. So, yeah, in the earlier stages, unpeeling, you know, those layers. Yep. But then, you know, God restoring those layers with the very things that shamed me.
And I love that. That's so good. Hey. That's so good. Like the very thing that we thought, like, and I think it goes back to that thing where God uses everything.
100%.
Hey, and I love what you said there. If I can ask you a question, what do you think?
Lord,
what do you think?
With me.
What do you think the difference is? Because I think a lot of people do come into God, and I think they try to run away from their past. So what's the difference between forgetting the past or like when you come to God, it's like you can't forget. What's the difference between forgetting the past and overcoming the past by the blood of the Lamb? What's the difference?
I think forgiveness. Forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because that's my truth. You know, that's my truth. I couldn't forget the past. Yeah. So I had to learn to forgive the past. The past me, the past errors, the past mistakes, the past decisions. Yeah. I had to forgive all of that in order for me to not just embrace the new, but also to evolve in the new.
100%.
Like, yeah.
I love that. And I love what you said when you said there are certain characteristics in me that I loved, and like, you know, that were in the world. And when you come into God, and I think a lot of people in God do this.
Girl, I've seen it.
Yeah, like everything that God gave them, what people don't understand is that what God puts in you, like your gifts, all that stuff. Obviously, when we're in the world, we use them for other things. But then when we come into God, it's like people forget about those gifts, those talents, there's certain characteristics that make you you.
Yes.
And I think people forget about them because I think what they think is like, no, that's the old me. That's got nothing. It's like, no, God uses everything. So whether it be your humor, your color.
Right.
I mean our colors. Remember how Pastor Jen always says, everyone's a different color.
Yeah.
You're
100%.
made differently.
Yeah.
So I think when we come into I think we come into God and we just want to be a blank, boring person.
Yeah.
No, you are creative, you are unique,
100%.
you are funny,
you are authentic.
You're authentic. If you're a rapper, if you're quirky, be quirky in God. But I think sometimes that's a mistake as us people in God do. We come to God and we become bland.
I agree.
We forget a lot of all those.
And I laugh.
Because they glorify God anyway.
Yeah,
and I'm so passionate about it because obviously me and you are so authentic. Yeah. It's like, do not come to God bland.
And not only that, I feel like, do they come in bland because they think God is bland? Or do they come in bland because they think God will color them?
No, I think people come into God and they think when God makes you new,
they have to be new.
They have to be new as in let go of everything. All those gifts, all those talents, all those quirkiness about them. And I think what it is too, I think a lot of it is social media. Does it make sense?
Yes.
I think they look at, I think they try to look, it's like, well, that person's godly.
Right.
They dress a certain way. They're a certain way. You know what I mean? And when you think about it, a lot of our Christian media, a lot of it is a certain conservative, certain, dress a certain type of way. Yes. So I think a lot of people do that. You know what I mean? They come and they look around. They're like, okay, what I see in the sphere of Christianity, they dress a certain way, they talk a certain way, you know what I mean? And I think that's
100%.
And I think that's the fear. Yeah. And I think that's what it is we always go to the thing that we can see.
Yeah.
But I think what people are not doing is they're not going to God, but God, who am I?
Yeah, right.
How did you make me? What are the things that will bring you glory? Because at the end of the day, I give him glory anyway because they're from him. All the quirkiness, everything about him, they're from him anyway. They're meant to bring him glory. So I think that's what people do is instead of going to God, they look around and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That person dresses a certain way and they're wearing a button up and
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Actually, yeah. Oh well, I can't wear pants anymore.
Yes. I wear skirt. 100%. Those type of things and that type of mentality. It's a real Western mindset. I'm not sure, but I hope God delivers these people from it because this is what I think. And I think if God created us in his image.
Oh, okay.
We were all never meant to be the same. We're all not meant to be a certain way. We're all meant to be different colors. I love when Janet says it. We're all meant to be different colors. Pastor Janet says it. We're all meant to be different colors. Because why? It really brings the glory of God
100%.
when we're doing it as it is. And I just want to speak into that because I was just like, because I remember when I came into God, I was like, I've always been loud. I've always been funny. Like,
yeah.
I laugh loud. I think a part of me is my personality is loud. When I love loud also. Yeah. You know that about me. I love Tosamo. I love them loud.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I love you guys loud. I've just always been that way. And I think when I came into God and then I mistakenly be like, okay, am I just being loud because I want to be attention seeker?
Am I the only loud one?
Yes. You know what I mean? And it's not until I went to God and I love when the Holy Spirit works this way. And I'm like, man, Lord, am I just, am I going from insecurity because I want the attention because that's something I always carried? And then God, I think God delivered me because he's the deliverer. He goes, no, I made you that way.
Yeah.
I made you to be loud.
Man.
You worship loud.
Right.
He goes, and last thing I want you to do is be loud for Tosamo and you can't even be loud in the things of me.
100%.
And you're under that.
100%.
And I think that's what, sometimes the body of Christ, it's just like, we need to really seek God for our identity and seek God on certain things, characteristics that we think are not of ours, but it's like, no, that very thing that God has put in 100%. You can be the very thing to help deliver someone else, can help someone else. Yes. Like, you know what? You might be weird in other people's eyes.
Listen.
Your fashion statement is questionable.
There's some things that should stay. But I love, you to come and have a seat.
But do you know what I mean also?
100%.
And I think especially for people like us, because we are wired a certain way. And I think sometimes people, I've always heard it's like, just tone it down a bit. It's like, no. That's Sonic. She just be loud. I'm like, no. You don't understand.
Yeah.
I went through a lot of insecurity for God to deliver me.
You better preach.
I will not allow the word of man and the word of... I'm just saying, I'm very passionate about this because it's like, someone's probably at home and be like, I'm a bit weird. I'm like, God, be weird for God. If that's how God made you be it. It brings some glory 100%. When you are more like his son. Obviously, we got to be more like Christ. But there's certain things that God put in us that just brings him glory.
Yes.
And I think if we walk in our true identity, it just delivers you from so many things.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm passionate about it.
I think I pushed the button there. But
do you get what I'm saying?
Well, 100%. Of course, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that we've seen. It's something that we've gone through as well. I had the same I wouldn't say insecurities. Yeah. If anything, being loud and all of that, and when I heard little when you hear little side comments like, oh, she's so loud, here we go, those things, for many people they would be like, turn it down. I go 10 times higher, 10 times louder. Why? Because I'm petty, and that is something I should leave back. It's a layer that I'm keep spilling it, keep grabbing it and peel it again. No, but yeah, I absolutely agree.
You agree?
I agree.
I know, like I just, yeah.
So you were very, you were very lit for that.
Because I'm just like, I'm a firm believer. Like, I think for so long we've taken other people's opinions about us and allowed that to make our opinion.
Yeah, right.
That's our identity. It's like, no, because I went through that, I went through a stage where it's just like, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, the freedom of just going to God and being like, Lord, make me more like your son, but I know you made me more like your son in a certain way that I can bring you glory. Yeah. Wherever
to my capacity.
Yeah. Because, I feel like sometimes we're like, people are like, Christians are meant to be meek and, meant to be quiet, all that stuff. Is that. It's like... No, because if we're all that way.
And I 100% agree with you as well with social media.
Yes.
The influence of social media.
Yeah.
And how it's painted for a Christian person to be, to sound, to speak, to look.
And sound a certain way.
Yeah.
God works in such a different way.
100%.
And even sounds, like even the way people sound, what I mean? Like, that's why I'm just so passionate about it. Just like, no.
Yeah, right.
God is above what we know.
100%.
But I just believe like if people walk in their true identity in Christ, and obviously our highest calling is to be a Christ, but he does it in a unique way that we can walk it out, be like Christ, but in our way, in our unique way, and how he created us. And I think if a lot of, especially women and men, walk in that, I think there will be no competition. There'll be no comparison.
100%.
And we can walk in unity in the body. Because why? Because I think a lot of people just lack identity. Just lack that, you know what I mean?
It is that.
Yeah.
I can say it is that.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's why yeah. I was gonna say something.
No, that's good. It's good that when the Holy Spirit just like, no. But yeah, that's why I'm so passionate about that. So before we close off this episode, we were talking about how we think God is a genie. How do you think God's restored you in that sort of sense? If God does not answer a certain prayer, how have you handled that?
Many ways.
Yes. Of course.
Many ways and many years and many, let down and heartbreak. It was heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. And I know the worst things is when the very prayer that you've prayed for years and years to come comes so easily to the next.
Yeah. And
then to top that off, I'm busting my off.
Yeah.
Again, so like you said, and when I say that, I don't mean it in the sense of like, I'm helping to build and I'm helping to ship it and I'm helping to do this and I'm helping to do that. But my mind can't let go of that.
Yeah.
That perspective of
100%.
But Lord,
yes.
Lord, I've And even like, Lord, I've given up so much.
Yeah.
I've given up so much
100%.
for this walk. You said this walk wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I still took it.
Yeah.
You know, but I also took it in your word. You know, that your word will never return void. And I took that to the. I took that very that very sentence, and I'm like, you said your word never returns void, and you said knock and you shall. It never shook the foundation of what I stood on.
100%.
Right? But it did bring constant heartache.
Yeah.
Because then it drove me to a point where I would go back to dealing with things that I thought I had overcome. Was, again, my personal insecurities.
100%.
And it would always drag me back there.
Yeah.
And let me say, the enemy knows very well the thing that would hit my heart.
100%.
Right? And really dress up. The enemy knew how to dress up my insecurity. And really like put it there. And usually he flatters it in front of you first. Just puts a little dress on it and flatters it in front of you, and then
I get it.
Then it hits. But yeah, it's hard.
It definitely is a hard process.
Dealing with there's stages to that as well. Like dealing with disappointment is one thing, but acknowledging disappointment is another thing.
100%.
Because sometimes for some issues I never acknowledged the disappointment.
100%.
So I never dealt with any of it until the domino effect of certain things that happen, and then bang, it takes me right back to
100%.
This happened.
Believe
it or not, this happened. And you will deal with it.
100%. I love that you said that. I think one thing for me was with disappointment and discouragement, and it says, I think it goes back to hope deferred makes the heart go weak. You know what I mean? Hope deferred makes the heart go weak. But I think what it really was, God goes, I think for me personally, whether it be, the death of my mom, whether it be the cancer of my sister, whether it be in a season of awaiting, whether it be any of those aspects. But I think what God says, and I think that scripture goes, hope deferred makes the heart go weak. It wasn't the disappointment. I think what God was really telling me is, where's your hope really at, Sonic?
Yeah, right. Is
it in the answered prayer? Is it in your heart's desires?
Yeah.
Or is your hope in me?
Yeah, right.
And I think that's the real question that God asked me.
100%. That's the truth, though.
Yeah, know what I mean? He goes, where's your hope really at? Is your hope in your desires? Is your hope in your unanswered prayers? Is your hope in what you do? Or is your hope regardless of what happens in me? And then I think one of the things that God really has really taught me was, even if I don't answer your life here, I will answer it the next. You got to be okay, my daughter, that some things will not come to the pass. But after this life, everything will be okay.
And those are key words you said. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Even if.
Yeah.
Those are such key words.
100%.
In this very, this topic.
Yeah.
Of discouragement and disappointment. Even if.
Yes. I think that does something to the heart. It's like, even if, Lord. And I think we can't come to the place of even if we do not get our prayers answered, if we do not get what we want. Because I think that's what God really tested me. He goes, where does your heart really lie at, Sonic? Like, where does it really lie? And I was just like, God, I know certain things are not going to happen to me, and I'm fine with that. But I think what I love about God too is people like, I think people in God find it so easy. I'm like, no, I had to lament for a long time. Like, I had this season when my mum passed away. I had to lament for a long time. There was a season that I had to question myself because, and I think even like you forgiving yourself too, because my mum passed away next door to me also. She passed away in the shower.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
She passed away in the shower. So for me, I had to come to that place where it's like, God, I got to save my mom. And I think God is like, one, forgive yourself. You can't control the circumstances. I control the circumstances.
Wow.
Two, he goes, where does your hope really lie, Sonic? Where does it really lie? And I'm just like, and I think, it was lately when, I think it was a 21-day fast. And on the 4th day, I got a breakthrough. And God came to me, goes, you entered through me for the Son of my Jesus. And it was just me and you.
Yeah, right.
When you see me, Sonic, guess what? I'm like, what? He goes, it will be me and you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the mentality that you should have. And I think I was like, oh, Lord, damn. Like, he goes, at the end of the day,
Right.
you will answer to no one.
Right.
You will answer to me.
Right, right.
So where does your hope really lie?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, even if you don't get the influence that you're really dying for. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm just like, Lord, I want to be influential, you know? And then God goes, even if, and I think I came to that place, like, I get it now, Lord. I get it. Like, I get it. It's like, at the end of the day, whatever I'm trying to work for, build my little stupid castle that I'm trying to build. At the end of the day, Lord, when all else has come and your Son comes, I will have to face you.
Yeah.
And I think the eternity mindset has shifted me so much. Like, yeah. And it's just like, Lord, yeah, it's true. Like, this world will pass away.
100%.
This world will die. My desires will die.
Yeah.
My wants will die. My unanswered prayers will die. But you, Lord, are eternal.
Yeah, right.
That's the only thing that I
Yeah.
can hold on to.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I can cling on
Yeah.
to. That's the only thing that my hope must lie into, because everything else will die. Even
Yeah.
my family.
Yeah.
And like, even my family, even that. And God had to strip all that out and goes, at the end, it will just be me and you. So,
Yeah.
like, so really question where you really are at.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, Lord.
And that's hard.
Oh, man.
That hits hard.
Also, I think I cried I cried so much
Yeah.
on that 4th day. And I'm just like, man, Lord, I don't know, but it's true. Like, it will literally just be me and you. But the word came hard. Like, the word came so hard to me. But the love of God just overwhelmed me, that it was hard for me to sleep. And I think
overcomes that, eh?
yeah, it overcomes that. Like, but it's just like, okay. And I think that's what people should cling on to. Not anything else, but cling on to what's eternal.
100%.
That the stuff that we want in this life, I get it, because we're humans. And I think I'm not trying to surpass that, but it's just like, He's eternal. He is holy.
Yeah,
he
amen.
is complete. He is whole.
Come on.
And I think if we hold on to that,
Right.
if we behold to that, I just think God will do something in you. And I think that's what just happened in me. And I think, anyways, I don't know why I went there, but that's why I went there,
I think it's beautiful. And I think it hits the nail on the head as well.
Yeah.
You know, with discouragements and disappointments. I mean, at the end of the day, what God search my heart, Lord.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It really comes down to, man, are we walking with God because of what He can give us? Or are we walking with God because we are supposed to?
Yeah. And I think it goes back to what you originally said, that from the beginning it was always meant to go that way.
It was always meant to be that way.
It was always meant to be that way.
When I think of, my disappointments, man, I don't even know if it's to me, to everyone else, it would look like a disappointment.
Yeah.
You know, not bearing children for my husband.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's taken me so many years to kind of acknowledge, man, okay, Lord, I don't know what's going on, but you're going to do something, right?
Yeah.
It's me holding God to the fire.
Yeah, 100%.
But you said,
Yeah,
but you promised,
I get you, yeah.
but you gave her that, and you gave this that, and you gave that, and how many more years? Next year, you're gonna say next year, next year, next year.
Yeah.
But I think I have to say, I think the last couple of seasons of really coming to an end of dwelling in the space of, Lord, is it my time now? Is it my time?
100%.
It's more so now, man, Lord. And it's not even, Lord, let your will be done.
Yeah.
It's not even that anymore for me. I think for me it's more so, man, Lord, what's next?
Yeah.
It's for many years, I've always had a front
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I always had a front, hey. Like, oh, and don't get me wrong, I've been happy for everyone that I've seen. I've been so
100%.
happy.
I know that.
Man,
Yeah.
the joy of the Lord.
100%.
I've been so happy for everyone. But no one knows the secret cries, you know,
Yeah,
that you,
100%
you know,
also.
that you have. And then I think, man, I remember this one one time. I remember this one time I said, you know what? I said to my husband, you know what? I think it's time for us to get a divorce. Like, he was like, he looked at me like, but the meaning of me saying that was, I thought, the only thing that I should give you, I cannot give you. But you've loved me, you know,
Yeah.
even coming with my own. And you've loved me through that.
Yeah.
Is it a noble thing for me now to be like, hey baby,
Yeah.
I can't give you this, but I'm okay to let you go. So that, no,
Of course.
it's like, I'm okay with you finding it elsewhere where God will bless it.
Yeah.
However that may look like, you know. Yeah, I think that was a time my husband kind of realized,
Yeah.
like, oh my, like, you're still dealing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. But it was never, I'm fine. And the only reason why, like, I'm crying was because ain't no way this man gonna leave.
There is a door. You are not going through that door.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
No, but there was a time in our marriage where I had to second guess, you know, my position as a wife, my position as a daughter-in-law to my in-laws, my position as a mother, as a current mother as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So for me, it was just like, oh man, is this? Yeah. So it was pretty much that came up, and those difficult having those difficult conversations, you know, with my spouse, with my husband. It was very. It was then that I realized that we handle things differently.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I'm like, is this guy hiding it from me too? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, the only way I got through that was God. And when I say it took me years to overcome that, I mean, I can tell you right now, I haven't completely let go of that strand.
100%.
But I can confidently say that from these past few years, I can confidently say that Jesus has really held my hand through it all, right? And when I say held my hand, I mean, there's many ways that represents him holding my hand. He's brought people in my life. He's brought sisters in my life that held my hand. He's brought relationships that he brought sisters that, you know, prayed for me when I couldn't pray for myself. When I couldn't pray for my marriage. When I couldn't pray for anything else. And he brought those. And that's what I mean by it. Not just overcoming, but God really showing who he was.
Yeah.
And who he is, you know, in those seasons. So going back to when you said the eternal, what is the eternal goal of it all? And 100% is it's in relationship with him. And then it comes to, man, baby, do you love God? Do you love the Lord more than the desire of you wanting a child? And that's something that I had been wrestling with for many years. Is my desire of having a child coming before God greater than wanting God? And I can say, I wouldn't say greater, but it was fairly right next to it. right next to him. But I think not to say overcome, but I think with God walking me through those seasons.
You're saying?
Yeah, it was not so much overcoming, but really walking through that. And when you realize that God can make things happen like this.
Yes.
And that's something I always forget.
Yeah.
God can make something with one word.
Yes.
God can do something just like this.
Yes, 100%.
And I didn't, and the way that processed in my mind was, if it was going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah, 100%.
But is my love for God greater? Oh, He put me through the waters. He put me through the fire.
Excuse me.
Put me through the fire.
Yeah.
To not for Him, you know, and not for me to just go in the fire for fun.
Yeah.
But it was more so go in the fire for me to finally realize, to be in the state of mind that I am in today.
Yeah.
Is a baby with no baby. Lord, you're still King. I'm
Amen.
still here.
Yeah.
Let's do this. What's
100%.
next? What's on? What's good?
I think one of the key things that I got from you sharing, and I think thank you for sharing, because it's not easy, just listening to you, it's how God walks with us. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's the beauty of our God. You know, it says, like you, and I think it goes back to what you said from the beginning, where God walked with Adam. And I think we don't really take that lightly. And I think from hearing from your story is, at times, I think we forget that in this world, it's life, you know. And I think that's the beauty of what I hear from your story is the journey with God, walking with God through every single aspect of that journey. Is that He's not a God that's so far away.
No.
And I think that's one thing I love about our God, our true God, is He's so near.
He is so near.
He's so near and so accessible.
So accessible.
By the blood of Jesus. And I think that's what I love. And I think that's why maybe you said that at the start. You said, I'm so amazed that in Genesis that God walked with in the world. And I think that the reason why you said that is because you're currently going through it, you know what I mean? That you're like, man, I think about all these years that I've been crying to God, not knowing that the very thing that you're very confirmed with God about is the very thing that God is doing in you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what I love about how sort of it's a full circle moment. It's just like, that's what I was thinking. It's like the journey with God.
Yeah. The
walking
journey
with God.
Yeah. Not only that, like, even the walking with God, but even because we can both, I know we can testify in rushing things with God.
Yes. 100%. 100%.
And then rushing things on your own and expecting God to be like, tick.
Yes.
I approve.
Yes, 100%. I can 100% believe that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, walking with God, being in communion.
Yeah.
With God.
100%. And I think that can only come, like, I think just hearing you and hearing you talk, man, that can only come from a true cry. You know, I think some people cry for, it's like, oh, I cry because my leg got stubbed, or I cry because of this. But when you're desperate,
oh my God,
there's a cry that comes out of you that just you never thought. And I think out of that cry, God goes, okay, now I can do it. Because now I feel like when that tied to that cry is full surrenderance.
Yeah, 100%.
And I just think
100%. Because let me tell you something. One thing I do know from my own walk, is I can say I surrender,
Yes.
this and that, and this and that, and this and that. But then there's certain habits that happen.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And this is why I laugh.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I'm going for a season.
Yeah.
I'm going through something. It's like, because those habits, because, you know, no fully surrender.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. But I think the beautiful thing about it is it can be many things.
Yeah.
But staying in relationship with God.
Yeah.
It covers all.
100%.
His blood covers all.
100%.
His love covers all.
And I think a true cry to God will always come a true a true cry to God will always bring true
Freedom.
surrenderance,
Mhm.
but then also brings that, it brings a true,
Sense of peace.
yeah.
It's
And,
peace and freedom in it.
and I think just a true relationship,
Yeah, 100%.
a true, authentic, living relationship with God. If
Yeah.
we are true,
Right.
you know what I mean? And so, yeah, I really enjoyed this conversation, honestly.
Yeah, I did too. I love what Priscilla Shire.
Yeah.
I think she something like a prayerless life is a powerless life.
Whew.
A prayerless life
Yeah.
is a powerless life. And I feel like, and the reason why I'm saying that is like the conversation that
Yeah.
we're having, the deep cries come from deep prayer
Yeah.
and deep conversation with God. You
Yeah.
know, those deep prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think on the flip side, if I wasn't in God,
Yes.
gosh,
Yes.
if I wasn't in God,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. It is crazy. Eh?
It's so crazy. I'm thankful.
Yeah.
I'm so heavenly thankful,
Mm.
and I'm not thankful for the situation.
100%. Yeah. Let's be real about that. We don't want to be in the circumstance, eh?
That
You know,
circumstance,
and I think
100%.
some people are sometimes like, oh, I'm so glad I'm in the trials. I'm like, let's be real. We don't want to be in the trials, you know?
Because
who says that?
It's like this: you go and buy a Happy Meal,
Yes.
and there's no nuggets and no burgers in it. You want me to be happy about this, girl? Bye. No.
Oh, and I think we have to be like, I think there's a realness about that. Like, no one wants to be in it. Like, I think it's our human nature in us. Because I just feel like that's why we go to vices and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to deal with the pain. And I think when we lean into the pain, but with God, it just does something to us, doesn't it? Eh? And I love what you said, a prayerless life is a powerless life. It's true. I think if we are not praying, man, like, we will...
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
No prayer, no nothing.
No, nothing, honestly. And it's so true. Like, prayer is, it should be, every person in God should be praying like their life depended on it.